Hello, friends. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Essie Daniel here with Leaders Connect podcast, and I'm so delighted to be here with you. How is your day going? This is, for me now, it's 6:30 in the morning, October 18th, no, October 19th, actually. And I'm joining you from Seattle, Washington, or you're hearing me from Seattle, Washington State. So we are covering the 6 secrets of an effective team. And now we are covering the second secret. We've covered the first one. The first one was a great team has to have great leadership, a transformational leadership. And we talked about that in our previous YouTube video. So if you haven't got that, I want to encourage you to check that out. And also like and subscribe so that you can be notified when we release a new video. All right, so here we are. The second secret of an effective team is one that understands the importance of resolving conflicts. And as much as we want to believe that we will always be friends and everything will always work out well, we'll have a great working relationships, we are human, and every now and then there'll be a conflict. Team members will butt heads, but it's always a great thing. In fact, it's not only a great thing, it's the best thing to do. If there's a conflict, to address it. Address it. And I want to share with you an SBI model. This is a conflict resolution model that will help you resolve any conflict that will come your way. But before I get there, I want to build up on this point by talking to us about communication. Communication is more than just saying words. It's about connecting. Communication is connecting. My mentor, John Maxwell, has written a book called Everyone Communicates If You Connect. And I would love for you to check it out someday, because it talks a lot about how to be a better communicator. My other mentor, Roddy Galbraith, says that when you're good at communicating, people tend to think you're good at everything. But the secret is you're just a great communicator. You're not gifted with everything. There's not such a person. They don't exist. They're not here yet. A person that is good at everything. This person is just a great communicator. That's why everybody thinks that they are good at everything, right? So communication is a great tool that everyone should learn. Learn to be a great communicator. Think about what you want, what message you want delivered, what emotion you want your words to live in the other person. How will your message be received? Communication is more than just words. Communication is connecting. Unless you're connecting with a person, they will not do what you're asking them to do. In fact, as a leader, communication is the greatest tool that you should have on your at the top of your list. Why? Because leadership is influence. And influence is finding a way to connect with people. You will not influence people that you do not connect with you, or people you do not like, or people that do not like you. There's a quote we use in sales. We say people buy from people they like. How many times have you gone to the store and if the cashier was rude, you feel you don't need to to carry on with the sale. If the salesperson is not polite, then we don't need to carry on with the sale, right? So communication is key. Communication is key. Learn to communicate. Go to Toastmasters if you want to be a great communicator. Come to me. I'll talk to you about, or I'll sign you up in my program where we can use the Maxwell method of speaking and learn what makes John Maxwell a great speaker, what sets him apart, and all these other great, amazing speakers that we have. Join the Speakers Club. Take a communication class in college. Ask your close friends to give you feedback on how your communication is, and you will improve. So what are some ways that we meet, or rather we communicate? One, there is verbal and there is non-verbal. Your body language is constantly talking, even when you're not talking. Someone can look at you and tell whether they need to come closer to you or if they need to keep their distance. Why? Because that is the non-verbal communication. Very, very important. So that being said, watch your body language, because it's constantly telling us how you're feeling or what's going on inside of you. One thing I can tell you for sure is a smile tells a lot about you. So use it often. A smile makes you approachable. But let's now talk about conflict resolution. You've tried everything you know how to, verbal, non-verbal, and you've done everything you know how to, or you messed up somewhere. And now we have a conflict. Two leaders or more are on two different pages. The Bible says that where there is unity, God commands a blessing. So here we are, two leaders on two different pages. They are not on the same page. There is no unity. There is no blessing. I like to say that when there is unity, even when the purpose is not a good one, it's a blessing. But we don't encourage that. I encourage that we have unity of purpose, do the right thing, stay united, and God blesses that, and it grows and multiplies, and it makes the world a better place. So here we are, had a conflict, and I want to start us off with a verse that I read on Saturday when I was doing my daily devotion. I normally read a chapter of Proverbs. Like now, I will be reading after this Proverbs chapter 19 because today is the 19th. And this is what the Bible said in the book of Proverbs chapter 15 on verse 1 on Saturday, because I read the verse, the chapter that corresponds with the day of the month. And I've been doing this every month where I read the book of, every new month I read the book of the Proverbs. So here we are. Proverbs 15 verse 1 says that a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Speak the truth in love. Speak the truth in love, my friend. I want us now to look at this conflict resolution model called the SBI method. The acronym SBI stands for situation, behavior, and impact. So the situation is what happened, where, when. Describe the situation. For example, this happened last week on the 5th at 2 p.m. in the office. That's a good description of the situation. Then there's the behavior, the B part, behavior. Behavior, B stands for behavior, and we want to know what happened. What was the action? Explain exactly what happened. Facts only. Don't bring assumptions and things that are not there. Facts only. And then I for impact, the emotion that it stirred in you. How did you feel? And then after you've covered the S for situation, the B for behavior, the impact, how it made you feel, how you felt. Now state your truth. My truth is XYZ. I don't appreciate this, or this is what I would like you to do, and whatever you say it with finality. But let me first of all give you an example. Number one, before even I go to the example, here I go. When you say, you always do this, that's not good, because you're accusing the person. That's accusatory, that's judgmental. A person will always be angry and defend himself when they're judged. So no one wants to feel accused. Always use your weapons. And what is your weapon? Your feelings are your weapons, because nobody can argue about how you felt, right? So now, after you've stated your truth, you draw the line. You draw the line. And you say something like, that word that you used, it made me feel. Okay, let me give you the whole scenario, a good example. So last week at the office in the morning, when you came to my office, you said XYZ. That made me feel, now that's the B part, the behavior part. That made, no, that's actually the impact part. That made me feel disrespected. And then after you've done that, now you draw the line and you say, that word is not welcome in my territory. And you say it with love and finality. That person will never repeat that word again. You've raised the bar so high that all they can do is apologize. And going forward, they will treat you with respect. A lot of respect. They will not mess with you and they will not use that word. And if they do, very quickly, they will look at you and they will apologize. That's how you teach people how to treat you. That's how you resolve conflicts. So the first time someone does a mistake or does something, it's called a mistake. But the second time they do it, it's intentional and it needs to be addressed. So address the situations that are happening in your team that are making the team shaky or edgy or uncomfortable. Have that conversation. Resolve the conflicts. Address the elephants in the room so that you can be reunited again and you can know the no-go zones, respect each other, and work together respectively. You don't have to be friends, but if you're in a team, it's good to have a great working relationships. If you can cultivate a friendship that will not affect work, even the better, because when you work with people you like, you perform better. You got each other's back. Yeah? All right, so that is the SBI method. Let me give you another example. I have noticed your communication with me usually contains some strong language. From experience, that usually represents disapproval or frustration. I just wanted to know if there's anything I can do to communicate differently. See, that is good because you do not have to keep on walking on eggshells, or you're left with this feeling when your boss or your coworker, your colleague leaves your presence. Address the situation. Clear the air. Address the elephants in the room. Don't leave this to chance. Chance ain't gonna fix this. So with the SBI, let me give you some tips. Never respond immediately. Take time to cool down, but don't wait too long. If you wait too long, it may be forgotten and they could deny that they said or they did something, yeah? So you listen, and then you say, okay, and you leave. Then the next day or the next week, you respond using the SBI model. And then with this SBI method, don't use the sandwich method. Go straight to the point and make it very quick. Then leave after the apology. Never give feedback right away. And by the way, don't invite yourself. Do not invite yourself to give people advice or to give feedback. Unless you're invited to do so, hold your tongue. Unless you have a relationship with that person, hold your tongue. It's always a great idea to ask, Mary, I noticed a few things that I thought could be different, or a few things that went very well with during the workshop. Can I share that with you? Is that okay? And you can share the good and what could have been different. So ask for permission. Don't just invite yourself to conversations, giving feedback and advice and all that. It makes you look bad and you lose credibility and people will avoid you. So I hope that helps you resolve conflicts. And above all things, remember to be kind, because everyone is fighting a battle that you may not know about. And when you see people doing things, remember it is not you, but it could be what's going on in them. So don't punish yourself. Always respond, do not react. Thank you so much for joining me. That's another great quality or a secret that great teams have. They resolve their conflicts quickly and they do so in an agreeable way. Essie Daniel here. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, when we cover another secret of leadership, it's bye-bye for now.